Alright guys, what's going on today? My name is HyperHippieTCG, and this will be my first ever video posting on this account. Today we're going to be going over my deck list for my Monkey D. Luffy Mono Black leader. This deck, honestly, has been so much fun lately, and I really feel like I should just showcase it so that way other Monkey D. Luffy players can kind of get an idea for maybe a different deck that they want to run. Maybe the one they've been taking to their locals hasn't been doing the best, or they just haven't been having that much fun with it, so this is like a really good alternative. So to start things off, we run 4 Queen Searchers. Pretty basic, we all know. Allows me to search top 5 cards in my deck for a Animal Kingdom Pirates type card. And then some of the utility, we run 1 Soap Sheet. Give 2 opponents -2 cost. Very nice, comes in very handy. I only run 1 just because I really don't need to see it that much. And already with 1 I see it a lot. And then we run 3 Ice Ages. The Ice Ages are just hands down a staple, I feel like, for most black decks. You know what I mean? Just an amazing 1 Don, -5 cost. And then trigger, you get to KO with 3 cost or less. Pretty good, pretty good. And then we run 4,000 Sunny Stages that came with the starter deck for Luffy. Absolutely amazing. You need this card. No matter what, hands down, you need this card in your deck. Right. And then we move on to all of the counter in the deck. Let me see. Yep. So we run 2 Tsuru's, just for that nice little 2K, and to be able to potentially -2 costs on a character. Very good. Then we run 2 one-legged toy soldiers, because this combos very, very well into like the Rebecca blocker and into the Gecko Moria that runs in this deck. Amazing. You can trash it, give up to one of your opponent's characters -3 cost, play a Rebecca down, pull it out, play it again, trash it again. It's crazy. It's crazy what you can do with this. And then we run 4 of the Barcelio blockers. I don't really ever use this as a blocker. I just mostly keep it for 2K, but if I need to, you know, throw out a cheap little 3 cost blocker, it works really well. And then we run 4 Who's Who's, searchable through the Queen, nice 2K, 5/5. Trash a card from my hand. You know, I could get rid of 1,000 Sunny if I wanted to KO with 3 cost. Nice little cheat card for certain situations, but most of the time all of these here I'm solely using for 2K unless the situation arises. Now let's move on to the blockers of the deck. Make sure, yep. So we run 2 Rebecca, you know, the staple black blocker. Everyone knows, everyone loves her. We run 4 of the Barcelio blockers, just because with Luffy ability you get him up to 5, and then, you know, his own ability gets him up to 6, so it becomes a lot easier to keep him on the field, and he can't be removed by effects. Very nice, very nice. If you have the Sabo though, you know, always choose the Sabo. I just unfortunately do not have a single Sabo. And then the last set of blockers is the Scatman of Pooh. Searchable, and what's amazing is every turn, once per turn, you can -1 cost on an opponent. So that could be like really nice into a Soap Sheet, into an Ice Age, or there's going to be another card in this deck that you're going to see in a second that it can really help into as well. But yeah, that's all the blockers right there. We run 10 of them. And then we got the bruisers of the deck here. Let me make sure I get all of them. Okay. So everyone knows the Sanji by now, I'm pretty sure, but if you don't, if you have a character with a cost of 6 or more, KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. And if you keep a Dawn on Luffy, he'll automatically become a 6, being able to use his own ability off of himself. Very nice. That's why I also say to keep the 1,000 Sunny, because then you can bring him up to a 6 cost, making it harder for someone to, you know, use effects on him to take him out. And then we run 3 of the starter deck Nico Robin. This is basically Ice Age on repeat, and it's insane. So if you have a character with a cost of 8 or more, you can give up to one of your opponents -5 cost during this turn when attacking. So you choose one blocker, right, minus the 5 cost on it, and that's either going to force your opponent to choose a different blocker, and you'll just take it out with like your Jack or something like that, or it'll make them just use that blocker anyway because you made it to a 0 cost. So either way, it's a really nice thing, or it can help you take out some big bodies. I only run 3 just because I wanted more space for a couple more blockers and 2Ks, because this deck really needs a good defense for your big guys. And then speaking of, here are the bosses. So we all know Jack, right? Camera cut out. Man, all right. So like I was saying, we all know Jack, right? Biggest black staple on the planet. You know what I mean? 11 cost when he hits the field. Well, automatically, as long as we keep a Dawn on Luffy here, he'll make him 7,000. You know what I mean? Just amazing. Helps trigger with the Nami. Very great. Usopp as well. You know what I mean? If you don't have the stage and you didn't have the Dawn, you're using the Dawn for something else, maybe. I don't know. But oh, another tip, always keep an extra Dawn just for Luffy. As soon as you get an 8 body out, always keep an extra Dawn. Just essentially pretend like you only have 9 Dawn for the entire game. But yeah, we run 3 Jacks. And then essentially all these bosses are going to be, you know, the black staples for most decks. And then you run 2 black Sabos here, 8 cost, you know, trash a card from hand, KOing a 5 and 3. Amazing card, we all love it. Really can do crazy combos with that, with like the Soap Sheet, you know, Ice Age, and the Nico Robin. And then another well-known is the Gecko Moria here. You know, being able to choose a character with a cost of 4 or less, and a character with a cost of 2 or less from your hand, and you can play one and play the other rested. Like I said, comboing that with like that one-legged soldier is very amazing, because you can play him out and then trash him, and then let's say you had next turn you just Rebecca blocker, boom, you pull them right back out into your hand, or potentially use them again as another -3. And then this one we run 2 Kaidos. This is a little bit different from most Luffy decks that you'll see. and you may trash one card from your hand, and if this character was played on the turn, trash one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less, then your opponent trashes one card from their hand. Meaning, you can basically, even though it says activate main once per turn, you can only do this once, essentially, because you have to play them out. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the full deck profile. Maybe some of you guys will choose to use this in your next locals. Maybe you guys will tell me in the comments that is but I think it's been really fun using this. And yep, that is the deck list. Hope you enjoy.